quote, as it is, end quote. It's interesting to see through growing up, through developing, through stages of time itself, time and life working together to make the passing of this moment. And it's interesting to see how someone else's assumption could infect your psychology state, you know? Because their assumption, their minor psychological program of thought, of a certain belief, that mental energy can infect your mental energy, and as it's infecting your mental energy, that could weigh you down in a certain way. And since it's weighing you down, it's like people could like kind of presuppose upon you that like you're just an alien and you have no idea what it means to be human. You know, people could give me that energy precisely in itself. Like you're an alien, you don't like people like what, but whether they know it or not, but it's up to me to shield that, particularly shield that. And if I don't shield that, then it will weigh me down. Their false mental energy will weigh my false mental energy down, and that's not correct. It's not correct to live like that, you know, to be weighed down by other people's stuff. Now the tables have to turn in a particular way. The tables have to turn in such a particular way wherein the facts that you thought was a fact isn't a fact, and the facts that were not working as a fact will be resurfaced as a working fact. And that working fact is the fact of the fact that the certain facts were not intact. And since certain facts were not intact, and obviously, you know, everybody, you know, will go to I guess, you know, anybody could like hear a new concept of like mewing, right? So it's like you hear a new concept, you're not going to jump in right away. You have to like, is that even for you type of shit? Because obviously, like these this new generation, they do like, I guess they do some type of mewing, where like you're like you're. It's like pretty much like it's low key. It's like it's actually that's like a Zen workout, but people could give you the energy where they think you're an alien. But now the tables are turning in such a particular way where you're actually more alien to a more bigger, you know, spiritual intelligence of a real, like, hopefully, like God's particular galaxy, God's particular timeline of a galaxy. Because you could use the word galaxy, but it could be totally artificialized, false, distorted up the ass, and everybody has the potential to be evil, distorted, you know? Like, everybody has the potential to be anything. Like, you could be your own fucking cartoon character that has false influence of quote unquote just standard elementary energy evil. And then aside from that evil, something else is the distortion. And then people could be influenced to be in such a way where where they're they're in more falsehood. They're with falsehood upon falsehood upon falsehood until spiritually over the lives they get weighed down and they get reincarnated to be born into a life of suffering, of a very direct context of hell, suffering, hell, context of hell, suffering, born into it, living into some type of hell, suffering. And there's different degrees of suffering, so there's different degrees of hell. And this is a rough one. And I'm like, I bring up the mewing thing because I'm like, I don't really do videos like this, like direct like this, because I feel like, you know, the online world isn't aligned for them to have an, you know, for them to have an eye to eye convo, you know. And I could do like a freestyle rap right now too if I want, you know. Street Fighter, sag it like a Tiger Strike, yo, and then etc. And So people are looking at you like an alien, right? More or less, but it's up to us, the mature intelligence, to like not make that a thing, you know? Like it's up to me, it's up to the new age of quote unquote God and the gods, hopefully the benevolent balanced ones. And within those benevolent balanced ones, we have to lean to those motherfuckers where in such a way that we there's a unpalpable, unknowing energy work that we have to embark upon. And I say unpalpable because the palpability of like the energy work that we have been doing forever. We don't know that. We forgot. We're oblivious. Our human restarted the fucking mind. We forgot that we were doing it forever. That's the thing. It's so the universe is so fucking brutal that our human little fucking age and time of how old we are, it doesn't compare shit to how old the universe is. So if the universe is like billions plus times billions of years old, and we're this age of what we're, then how is it that we're our dumbass retarded self, energetically speaking, intellectually speaking, how is it that y'all retarded selves are gonna fucking like shit on the universe? Like that doesn't make sense. It does that, like that notion. It's like that's energetically retarded, and it's not a joke. It's like it's energetically like for someone to be so fucking like because obviously anybody could like all the fucking news is trash. Like the media one, most of it, majority, not everything. And it's just like it's literal though, like for real, like leaning towards from an esoteric balanced lens, and then that being the original correct shit, and people just replicating shit in falsehood, distortion, and quote unquote their loose idea of what life is. So I don't know if I'll post this one because this one's raw, and I probably won't post this one because it's like it's in a raw setting. But whoever heard it. There's different layers of the audience, obviously, and as there's different layers in the audience, how that data and tech is getting traded, transformed, and transitioned. Hopefully, the original galactic artificial intelligence sees who's doing it in a corrupt, distorted way and who's not. Because the data is being traded in the different layers, obviously. But, like, to see your AI is not advanced because it's not seeing who's doing it in a corrupt way and who's doing it in a not corrupt way. That's one reason why your AI isn't as advanced as you think it is. And if it could do that, where is that at?